everybody, it's KELSEEBRIANAJai here with a review and tutorial using the new Kat Von D MetalMatte palette. This palette is new for holiday 2016 and it is massive. I was super pleasantly surprised when I opened up the package. When I got it the other day, I was like, whoa, I was not expecting this huge big palette. I think a lot of people were surprised at this, but this palette is gorgeous. As per usual, it has Kat Von D's very cool tattoo scripts. I'm pretty sure she designed this as always, and on the back it lists the names of the actual products and it includes a huge big mirror. I don't even know how to hold this because it's so big. I ordered this from Sephora.com. When it released, I paid $60 for it and it has a ton of products in this palette. This palette has a mixture of metal and matte eyeshadows. The top is all metal and the bottom is all matte. You guys are probably familiar with both formulas. Kat Von D sells her metal eyeshadows individually, and then she doesn't have individual matte eyeshadows, but if you have any of her eyeshadow palettes, she always includes mattes, including the Shade and Light palette, which is also super popular. So there are 9 metal eyeshadows, and in each pan it is 0.06 ounces of products, and there are 13 matte eyeshadows. Oh my gosh, that is so much. And same amount of products, 0.06. It just looks different because the pans are shaped different, but it is a ton of products in here. I just want to line them up and compare. This metal matte eyeshadow palette is way bigger than the Shade and Light palette. So if you get this, this is what you have to look forward to. The Shade and Light palette, the larger eyeshadows have 0.08 ounces of products in them. The smaller eyeshadows have 0.04 ounces of products in them. So the eyeshadows that are in the Metal Matte eyeshadow palette are a touch bigger and they house a little bit more products than the matte eyeshadows in the Shade and Light palette. So in this palette, there are pretty much all unique colors. The only color that you can get outside of this palette is Synergy, and this is offered as an individual metal eyeshadow. So you can always pick that up. But other than that, all of these eyeshadows are exclusive to this palette. It is housed in Kat Von D's traditional packaging. So if you have either her contour and highlight palette or either her shade plus light palette, then it's the same like cardboard, but very sturdy cardboard packaging, and then it magnetizes closed. So I did do swatches, which I'm going to include right before I do the tutorial, and the metals of course swatch a lot better than the matte eyeshadows. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Kat Von D's matte eyeshadows, but the formula in this palette is pretty consistent with how her eyeshadows are. The matte eyeshadows swatch very patchy, but when I applied it on my eye, I didn't have any trouble blending or building the pigmentation. I didn't have a ton of fallout, but these eyeshadows just don't swatch well. So just be aware of that. If you're just wanting to base the eyeshadow performance off of that factor alone, you're not going to want to buy it. But when I was using them, I did find that I was able to blend it out very well. Really quickly, I know a lot of you guys wanted to get your hands on this palette from last year. This is Kat Von D's holiday palette from last year, and it has a ton of different colors. I actually have never used mine, don't kill me. But this one is very colorful, and so this one reminds me a lot of that. But just to compare really quickly, and I gotta lean back because these products are huge, but just to compare really quickly, you can see that the Mi Vida Loca palette was very colorful and bright, and the Metal Matte palette is also colorful, but it's not as bright. The colors are a tad bit more muted. So that's just a comparison. If you guys have this one and you're like, oh, it's too similar to this, to me they look like two different palettes. This palette is available on Sephora.com as of right now. It is limited edition, so if you want to get it, definitely get it sooner than later, and it releases in store on October 2nd. So if you guys want to get it in store, you prefer to swatch and play before making the commitment with ordering online, then definitely it's a few days away, so go ahead and wait it out. But this one, limited edition. If you want it, get it, grab it. So that is it on my review. But right before I jump into the tutorial, I do want to give you guys swatches. I swatched the entire palette and you guys can see what it looks like. I just did finger swatches because guys, brush swatches take forever and I wanted to get this video up ASAP. So enjoy the swatches. Let me know what you guys think about the palette down below. If you guys end up recreating this look or you get inspired by this look, then definitely feel free to tag me in any looks, snap me, all of the above, leave me a comment and enjoy. we're going to do is prep our eyes using our eye base. I'm using MAC Soft Ochre Paint Pots. Now I'm going to set that using the eyeshadow bone with a fluffy brush. Taking the same fluffy brush, I am now going to go in with the color Suede, and this is going to be my first transition shade. Back and forth in the crease. Next, going in with a more tapered blending brush, I'm going to take the color Moss, and I'm going to apply this directly in my crease. And take your time with this because you don't want this color to get everywhere. So if you need to take your time building this up, then do that. Don't get impatient if it doesn't look exactly how you want it to right when you apply it. So now, once you have that built and pretty opaque in your crease, now we're going to work on the lid. So I'm switching brushes. This is a flat shader brush. This one is a MAC 242 brush, a synthetic hair brush so it won't stain. This is important. On my lid, I want to go in with this really pretty turquoise color. This one is called What? Oh my goodness, it's picking up so nicely. I'm going to begin to pat this on the lid. Oh my goodness. This is going on so nice. I'm leaving that area blank because I want to put a lighter eyeshadow from this palette in that space. So now I'm going to take a little bit of Ignite with a clean 242. Now I'm going to take the color Tinsel and apply this to my inner tear duct. So I want a touch bit more definition. So I'm going to go in with the black. This one is called Jet, and I have a tapered brush. This one is a MAC 226 brush. Before we continue with the eye look, I do want to go ahead and clean up the under eye using a little bit of concealer. Today I'm using the Smashbox Studio Skin 24-Hour Waterproof Concealer, and I have the color Medium. And to set my under eye, I have a Lancome Absolue powder. This one is in the color Absolute Peche. So I'm going to do a little bit of eyeliner, just a very, very thin amount of eyeliner, mascara, and then lashes. The lashes that I'm going to use today are the Salon Perfect 614. For my under eye, I'm going to apply a MAC Chromographic pencil. This one is in the color Rich Purple. On the very inner corner at the bottom, I'm going to go back with the tinsel. This is a Wayne Goss 07, very small, tiny definer brush. And then I'm going to go across the rest of the bottom lash line with this really pretty purple called Ribbon. This looks pretty, but I want it to be a little bit brighter, so I'm going to go right on top of a portion of it with Twinkle eyeshadow. Like that. And this is the eye look. So now I'm going to finish off the rest of my face, and I will meet you back here on camera. And I'm not going to show that portion on camera, but I will have everything listed down below if you are curious. And I'll be right back. So this is the end of the video. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. Let me know if you plan on picking up this palette. It is limited edition. If you decide to recreate this look, please let me know down in the comment section or tag me on Instagram or snap me about it. I love interacting with you guys. And if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe. That way we can keep in contact with each other. But until the next video, smooches. Bye.